How's it going? All right, next game we have is going to be a themed one. For maybe the first time here. We're doing Toy Story Obstacles and Adventures, the cooperative deck building game. This is relatively new, also. Um, like I said, it's a deck building game. It's co-op, strictly co-op. I don't believe you can play this competitively. I mean, you might be able to if you can figure it out, but it's definitely a co-op game. Um, and best of all, I mean, come on, it's Toy Story. Who doesn't like Toy Story? Kids and adults. All right, let's get into the numbers for Board Game Geek. Overall rank is 3,570. This came out in 2019. It is for 2 to 5 players, ages 8 and up. Playtime is 45 to 90 minutes long, and weight is 1.75. So it's relatively easy game to learn and play through again. Um, like I said, it's 2 to 5 players. You have your choices of Woody, Buzz, Rex, Bo Peep, and Jesse. But Jesse actually comes into the second mission, I guess. So if you would want to play with 5 players, or if you wanted to play with Jesse, you'd have to do the Adventure One and the Adventure Two box, which I'll show you in a little bit. So those are your starting characters. I think they're pretty decent characters to go. You got your imagination tokens, and then you got your insight tokens. Um, Pretty much what this is like. So this is a deck builder game. So you open up box one, and this is where it's going to be. You open up box one. These cards are going to be in box one. All this stuff is going to be in box one as well. And then you got 4 different individual cards. So you got these are all Woody's starting decks, Rex's, Buzz's, and Bo Peep's starting deck. So what you want to do is, depending on how many players you're playing, take out the cards of each player and shuffle them up, and then take out 5 out of. I'm pretty sure I think each one starts with 10. I think they start with 10 cards each. So you shuffle them up, take the 5 cards, and that's your starting deck. That you want to, and this is going to be down here is going to be the pool to buy cards to build your deck, hence called a deck builder. What you want to do is take the top cards, put them out here. If you get the same card again, because there are a couple of ones that are the same cards, and you just put one on top of each other. Otherwise, there's your starting deck, and then you can use the imagination tokens when you receive them to buy the cards. Like this one's 3 here, and that one's 5, 5, 4, so on and so forth. The object of the game is to have this track here, right here, coming through, and you start over here. This is for a 2 to 3 player game. You flip it over, and it is for a 4 to 5 player game. So what you want to do is you start over here, and when cards indicate that you have to move this track over, then do so. And then once this gets to this other house here, the game is over. Then pretty much what it is Andy is moving from house to house, and the toys don't want to get lost in the move, which is pretty much the concept of the game. Every round you flip over one of these cards, the danger card. You put them on top here, and then at the start of that round, you do whatever the card tells you to do. It says lose. This one says lose your grip. Active toy loses 2 health unless they discard an item. So if you have an item on your card, which is the active player, which is, let's say, whoever the next player goes, each round is one player gets to go. So let's say I'm playing Woody, and then I would be the active player, and then the next round, let's say somebody else is playing Buzz, and then Buzz would be the active player, and then you would flip these over after each time that you would have an active player. And then after each round, you put it in the discard that's right over here. And then the object of the game is to defeat these cards. It comes with 4 different. Eventually, comes with 4 different cards. Sid is always going to be, when you play this, is going to be the last one to defeat. So once you get to Sid and you defeat him, then the toys win. So obviously, since he's the last one, you always want to put him first face down, and then you take the other 3, shuffle them up, and put them put them face down, so you don't know what you get. So what you want to do, and then Venture 1, you'll only have one of these out at a time. When you get farther along in the story, you can have multiple ones out here, so it gets more difficult as you progress. There are different adventures, as you can see. You got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 6. It progressively gets harder and harder. Basically, what you want to do is you'll have cards that you can gain insight, which are these things, and these are the things that you can use to defeat these cards. Because like this one has right here has insight of 5. So it has an insight of 5 right here. So once this one gets 5 insight on the bottom where you put it right here, then you defeat this card and you can put it in the discard, and then you take the next card, flip it over, and then you got to defeat the next card, which would be this one would be 6. And then active, like I said, after every round, the player who is the active toy does the top part. Once you defeat the card, then you get the reward on the bottom, which is when you defeat this card, all toys gain 1 inspiration and 1 health. There are cards that are in your deck that can help out all the other toys. You can give them health, you can give them insight and whatnot. But pretty much what it is, it's like I said, it's a deck builder. So you pretty much after every round you get your insight. You get your imagination to buy the cards to build up your deck to get it better, stronger, and stronger and stronger. So it's easier to defeat the people. I believe that said this one is still relatively high ranked new game. I believe it's actually it's a pretty fun game. I have not played it yet, but I played a game that I possibly might get to later in my reviews here. That is very, very similar to this game. Almost to the point where it's almost exactly the same. It's just different themed, let's just say. And I've played that one, and I had fun playing it. This one is just going to be equally as fun. It's Toy Story. I mean, it has Venture all the way to Adventure 6 and stuff. It has all four movies in it. So we have different characters. Like I said, let's just look at one of the decks here. Let's go and look at Woody's deck here and see what his starting deck can be. He can call in an Sarge for the Army Men. He's got his badge, his hat, and then most of your deck is going to be these cards, which is trait cards, which is pretty much is going to gain you the imagination, which is going to be able to buy these different cards. So that's pretty much what it is. And then these cards, I think, are just your abilities, and it just tells you the turn order and what you do. Each player gets those in their hand. But yeah, overall, I think it'll be a fun game to play, especially if you're super super fan of Toy Story. Well, until next time, thanks for watching. Take care.